Hey everybody, it's Ron from Ron's Computer Videos. Um, Nothing really going on. I mean, Happy Christmas, depending on where you live, or Merry Christmas if you live in a different place, um, or whatever it is you're celebrating today. I'm just glad that you're doing it. Anywho, uh, I am just taking a few minutes here this evening. I'm working on my Performa 6360 that I was able to get from my good friend Jeremy at Jeremy's Retro Bar. It is probably the hey JVHS. The Performance 6360 is probably uh, I probably should have had this queued up, but give me 1 second. I'll get it up there anyway. But anyway, um, Performa Macintosh Wiki. Yeah. All right. So let me present. I'm going to share screen here. Let's get a window of the Performa Wiki. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So kind of the fun thing about okay, Jimmy. Okay, I will send you $2. Just talk to me next payday. Um, but the Performa models, everybody hates these damn things, these desktop machines, but they're just very convenient because they're just so svelte. Yes, Feliz Navidad, or as they say in uh, at Taco John's, Merry Christmas. But everybody hates these damn machines. I think they're okay. And if you go through and you actually look at the list of machines, list of Performa models, I sold a lot of these back in the day when I worked in retail. But let's scroll down here to the bottom of the list. And what you very quickly kind of notice for the desktop machines, will that get bigger? Yeah, it'll get bigger. On the desktop machines, the 6360 is sort of the last of it is the best of the worst. um, it is a 160 megahertz 603E or 603 EV, which I'm not even sure. I think it's just lower power or something. But anyway, it is it's the best desktop best that that Apple made. And so I've wanted one for a long time. I think kind of the best thing about this is, let me see if I can find you a picture of the motherboard. Oh gosh, I guess you got to spell it correctly. Performa 60 motherboard, um, which it's got kind of a neat thing on it, which is a PCI slot. So it has, oh, that doesn't get any bigger, does it? No, I guess it doesn't. But the thing's kind of nice. It has 8 megs on the logic board and then 2 DIMM sockets. So you can install up to, I think, 132 megabytes of RAM or something like that, or 130 megabytes of RAM. I don't even know. It probably even says, 136 megabytes through the use of 2 64 meg DIMMs. This machine is not a speed demon. Hey, Sean, Geek with Social Skills. Good to see you, sir. Merry Christmas to you. But yeah, the I really would like to find a cache module for this because I guess just really knocks it off the charts in terms of performance. I need to bookmark this page. Let me do that real fast. Hey, I've bookmarked it. Okay. So, but this is really kind of the best one of all those machines, which is not saying much. The thing that does kind of suck about it is it has COM slot 2, which means that the old cheap Ethernet adapters don't work with it. But I'm gonna see what I can do to track one of those down. I reached out to Herb over there at the Retro Mac Parts place, and I have not heard back from him. I can only assume that maybe he's out of town for the holidays, so we'll have to figure that out. But I did want to got to get a cache module for it. It doesn't seem like anybody really bought would a 2CI cache card work with this machine? I'm going to say no. No, it will not. It does not have a PDS slot in kind of like as you think like a 2CI PDS slot. It does have a PDS slot that is compatible with cards for the the LC series. The only thing I would say that one card that will not work, anything that I guess specifically has issues with PowerPC, I guess won't work. And anything that requires specifically 24-bit addressing won't work either, just because, again, this PowerPC, so it's like strictly you got to have 32-bit addressing on, by default. You don't even get an option to turn anything off. So, but what I've got over here on the bench, let's switch over to the bench. Hey, it's the bench. I have like a weird angle, and let me address this real fast. So let me see if I can get this. Is that? Oh man. Oh wow. This is really terrible. Really terrible camera angle. Let's see. Now you can see the whole screen, but man, it's like it's very. What would be the proper term? Kind of trapezoidal. We'll see if we can fix that. Is that better? Yeah, it's probably better. Can we turn it to where things look better for folks at home? Yeah, hey, that's not too shabby. Anyway, I've got it here on my desk because popped the front off. Actually, the front popped off during shipping, but I made a mistake. And the mistake was that I wanted to use one of these like drive adapter things and just stick it on a tray. And that's probably an okay idea. But I to make everything fit, I purchased because you can't have one that's like trying to like offshoot it and be like way out of the way, like the one that's kind of installed in there right now. That one's kind of not going to work long term. Oops, ding ding. Oh, you can kind of get both. Hey, that's not too bad. All right, so you can see something if it shorts out. But anyway, I bought one of these really nice StarTech adapters that get you its IDE, desktop 44-pin IDE, to SATA. So the idea would be you could put in a solid state hard drive or something like that, which as you see right now, there's a Kingston. This is 120 gig, which I think is about the maximum that these machines can kind of address. And it's probably more than enough space for everything I'm going to actually do with it. So let's see. Of course, it's not mounting the drives that I have because I got a blue SCSI plugged in. So the idea was that I would be able to then actually kind of mount a blue SCSI and copy some things off, but it sure seems like that's not wanting to work for us. So let's move some stuff out of the way. Oops. Let's move some stuff out of the way. And I think I might have to figure out a way to get SCSI probe on here. Man, what a pain in the butt. Let's go ahead and let's shut this down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually switch over to my desktop again, and I'm going to copy the file. Oh, son of a diddly, get out of there. Man, that SD card was stuck. All right, let's get rid of the screen there. Let's go ahead and let's switch back to the lobby. And then let's get some of this junk out of the way. And then we will do 16:9 copy. Ooh, beautiful. Beautiful. All right. So now that I got this going, let me go ahead and I'm going to copy some stuff to this SD card and then get it copied over to that machine. Because I think if I boot off of something that's hooked up to the blue SCSI, then it's just like, oh yeah, no problem. Like it's like, oh yeah, no big deal. So let's change that. All right, so let's get that copied over. And that's gonna take a minute or two. Ugh, man. I bought a USB 3 adapter, and then I have misplaced it. I don't know what I did with it. Very disappointing. Very disappointing. It's around here somewhere. I'll eventually find it. So yeah, but this won't take too long. So I'm just copying over the Apple Legacy Software Recovery CD, which will boot on this machine. It'll be 7.6, and then it's going to go ahead and let us let us hopefully boot off USB and then, or I'm sorry, off SCSI, and then it'll see the other SCSI partitions that I have out there, because those other partitions are like apps and games and stuff, which is my my hope to get all that stuff copied over to the machine. So let's see. Hey, Toby Q, how's it going? Good evening, good morning, whatever the time is, wherever you are. Geeko Social Skills, 128 gig is large and in charge. Yeah, that's absolutely true. I think that that is the biggest kind of partition that thing supports. So, Jeremy says, yeah, my PowerPC is a 7200, 100% certain of that, and that's good. That's good, because otherwise, I was going to say, if you can't use that adapter, that Amber, Tech Ambrosia, could probably use it, because she also has a 7200. So it would be really great to be able to maybe get that to her, because then she could make use of it if you can't. So, but fingers crossed that you're going to be able to do that. So Geeku Social Skills also says, hey, where did your Apple II go? It's right here. Don't you see? It says Apple II. Like, oh, well, maybe you can't see it too well, but it says Apple II right there on it. Right there on the front of it. You can't tell? It's got a huge Apple II sticker. But no, that's I swapped it up. I put my LC or my Macintosh SE over there for a little while, and then I think eventually I'm gonna stick a 2C there just for fun, and maybe redo some of this space behind me. I need to get a new desk, some other stuff. So hey Joe, how's it going? Glad you stopped by. Just doing the Christmas thing, I suppose. So let's take a, what am I doing? I want to refresh. I thought you could just right click and say refresh. Oh, show more options, refresh. Yeah, that's the number one problem with Windows 11. It just needs to show you the old thing. I mean, I guess the new one, I think they're thinking they're helping you, but I'm going to say they're not. Okay, so let me go ahead. I'm going to stop that screen. All right. So let's switch back over to the bench, and then let's get this machine booted back up, and we'll give it a shot. All right, so I gotta eject that SD card first. So yeah, I don't know what the deal is with this 6360, but I seem to remember having some of these issues in the past where if you don't boot from SCSI, sorry, I got to kickstart it because there's no battery inside. I'm actually kind of impressed that this power supply is still good in this machine. Those like to die, that's for sure. All right. Well, okay. And begin. We kickstart. Yep. See, now it's happy. Oh, I guess you gotta hold down the key combination. Oh, I don't think I made it in time. Or it might try to boot SCSI first. No, it's not. I had a really slow boot just a minute ago on this machine. It did not care for whatever the heck I was doing. But it was the first boot after it had been off for a bit, and it just seems like something that happens. No, go away. All right, so let's see. Certainly not going to see startup, not going to see those SCSI drives in startup disk. So, all right, so let's restart it. And Command, Option, Shift, Delete, 0. Of course. Of course. 6, perhaps? I don't get it. Man, they'd be great. I need SCSI probe on this flibbity flobbity. Come on. Yeah, Blue SCSI is it's like everything's okay with Blue SCSI. All right. Oh, that's nice and loud. Love it. Love it. You son of a diddly. All right. Okay. It's supposed to boot SCSI stuff in the order. I can't hardly get this out of here. All right. Put that back in here in a second. All right. Switching back to desktop. And, oh, yeah. Sorry. Okay. Let's take a look-see of what's going wrong. It's so crazy. Actually, I think what I need to do is somebody told me how to use okay, so maybe this file name is too long, or it's got special characters or something. Maybe it doesn't like that. Max file length 32 characters. I'm thinking I went over the character limit, so let me take that out, because that should be sufficient. I don't think that goes over the character limit. Let me character. Oh, come on. Character counter. 21, 3 words, 3 lines, 21 characters. That's good. I don't know. Maybe it didn't like that parenthesis in there. Maybe that's my problem. I'm gonna say that that's the problem. All right, making sure that none of these overlap, and that looks good. All right, cool. All right, back to the bench we go. Let's check chat for a second. Yeah, hey Exodium, glad you stopped by. Yeah, it's kind of another late night chat or late night stream because I just want to try to maybe take a look at this before Cremis. So JVHS says, hey, I'm currently looking for a good deal on a Power Mac 6500, Performa 6400. I think everybody is. Blue and white G3 and floppy drive for my PowerPC 7200. I wish you'd have said something about that floppy drive because I could have just sent you one. But since you didn't, then you will have to suffer for a bit, I suppose. Because I ain't gonna be anywhere near a post office for a while. Damn, that's a loud bong. All right. Let's see. Oh yeah. Hey, that's pretty good. Look at that. It just worked. Let's reset that. Okay, let's see. Holding down a bunch of keys to try to get it to boot off SCSI. It booted off SCSI. I might have to do this a crazy way. I don't know. Such a pain in the butt, all this. Come on. You can do it. I'm afraid to let go of the key combination because I can't see what the blue SCSI is actually doing. But it sure... Oh, it's locked up. So yeah. Okay. So let's turn this off. Blue SCSI's good. Turn it on. Command, Option, Shift, Delete 0. Yeah, it doesn't like it. It does not like it. I don't know what the deal is. If I let off, it's going to go ahead and boot the IDE drive. So let's take all the other images off of the SD card except for the one that it's trying to boot, and then we'll see. What am I trying to do? I am actually, this is just a 6360 machine that I picked up. So it's basically the best of the desktop Performa machines, Performa 6360, Joe. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to just have fun with it. Just see about if I can get it to. I've actually already got an operating system installed on it. I just need to get it to a point where I can start copying files and stuff over to it. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So what I did is, for whatever reason, it doesn't, like earlier, I had to like just have one file, like one disk image on the Blue SCSI so that it would actually boot. But now what I need to do is I need to go into Basilisk and I need to figure out how to, man, it would be really great if you could like, oh, Lordy. Be really great if you could just type in :/that and have that be an image that it would actually boot from. And then let's go ahead and I need my apps partition. Let's see, apps, and make Rocket go now. Let's see what happens. Did it actually boot? It booted. Yay. All right. So I think what I need to do is I need to get oh man, this needs better organization. Like, because this is like a combination of stuff I've downloaded and played around with and stuff that you could get from yeah, it's an external Blue SCSI. I don't know. I've sometimes had issues where it's just like it doesn't want to boot off of, like if you're holding down the command shift and command option shift delete and then the number of the SCSI device you want it to boot, it gets confused sometimes and just doesn't want to do that. By default, the Mac is supposed to boot the highest, because you have to think the Mac is ID 7 on the chain, and then it's supposed to boot it backwards down to 0. So if you have that Apple Software Legacy Recovery CD as like drive 6, it should just boot that if something is wrong with the machine and it doesn't want to boot like whatever you've got down there at disk 0 or IDs 0. But I don't know. I just don't know. All right, so what I really need, I got to get, I got to figure out, I really need to better organize this. I've got to get SCSI probe. Be really great if I could just like search for that. But yeah, SCSI probe. Okay, I want to get that on my legacy recovery CD. So now it is there. So if I can actually get this to work, I'm going to copy that over to the other thing. So let's go ahead and we're going to, well, actually I can probably just hide that inside disk utilities. Shut this down. Okay, so now we've got that. So now I should be able to, I'm just going to leave those kind of, scuttled for the moment. Hey, Enzo, how's it going? Good to see you. SCSI chip on that series of machines is just junk. Yeah, it probably is. I just need this. This is a bridge. I'm copying everything over to the IDE, and then that's going to be it. It is not my plan to like leave a Blue SCSI in this or use a Blue SCSI with it at all, since it supports IDE. So my 7300 is very unstable using anything on the external SCSI port. Yeah, I can believe that. I think Apple had kind of moved on at that point, or was trying to move on at least. So, all right. Okay, so we got all this. So now let's safely eject. And let's switch back over to the bench. And I would love to just do it where it would be like one camera or two cameras, like the 2-camera stream thing. And I guess you can kind of do that, but I just think about that I don't want to pay $50 a month for StreamYard. And then after not wanting to pay $50 for StreamYard, oh shit, I guess I got to hold down some keys here. Yeah, because it's not booting off of that. All right, so let's restart. Command Option Shift, whatever, delete. Let's see. Please. Yeah, see, it just doesn't. Is it booting? Could it be booting? Maybe it's booting. I can let off the keys now. Oh, yeah, it's booting off of it. That's nice. All right, cool. Yeah, I don't know. It's just really weird. It's sometimes this stuff is just finicky. It's not like it's an issue with, Blue SCSI or anything like that. Because I guarantee that I have the exact same issues with competing products. It's just that it's just finicky. All right, I was gonna say, thank God, don't lock up. Just keep booting, you son of a gun. Yeah, just keep booting. Just do it. You know you want to. PowerPC 7200 is still running the original hard drive. Yeah, I can see that. Maybe. All right, hold on. This is what I always had to do in the old days to make sure to see if something was actually locked up or not. I would just line the cursor up with the thermometer, progress bar, whatever you want to call it, and I would come back and just check. It's like, hey, did it move? Did it move a pixel? Yes. All right. Great. All right. So I don't know. We might be in a bad kind of place here. Let's see. Yeah, Blue SCSI appears to just be knackered. It's like, nope, we're not booting anymore. We're not locked up, but we're not gonna actually do anything seemingly. So, all right, we will wait a second and then we'll reboot it. We'll try this again. All right. Yep. I think we've been patient. All right, let's give it a rebootaroo. Oh, I didn't like that. It all control delete or all control delete. Command control restart. And it did not care for that. There we go. It likes that. I think I might have hit him in the wrong order and put it hit the programmer's key basically. I think this time I'm gonna boot without extensions. Well, this is what it did a second ago. All right, let's see. Nope, we're locked up. Okay. Trying it again. That's the problem with not having 3 arms. Yeah, it didn't like that. And then I'm just holding the keys down. Holding them on down. And I think I let off. I was like, what is it going on back there? And then it was booting off of Blue SCSI. I think it's booting off IDE this time. Yeah, it's not booting off of Blue SCSI. What a pain. Man, there needs to be a better bridge. Yeah, it's Command Option Shift Delete and then the number of the SCSI device you want to actually boot from. Yeah, it's booting off IDE here. So makes me wonder if it's gonna come up and be like, oh yeah, hey buddy, I see your drive. I might have to put each one of those images on this thing at the same time. Hey Adam, how's it going? Joe says the SCSI chip or BS might be in a wonky state if you don't power cycle it. Yeah, no, I agree. You are probably correct, sir. I just desperately need this thing to give me access to SCSI. All right, so we're going to shut down. All right. So I hate, I oftentimes want to say BS. It's like a shorthand for Blue SCSI, but I don't want to make Eric mad, so I just don't. It is sure. That's a black screen now. All right, so let's power it off and power it back on. See, now that it's like it seems like it's not as crazy. Lazy Blue Goat says, does no one here sleep? It's late. Okay, now it's gonna do this. I'm holding down shift, man, so I really want you to not load anything. I want you to I missed it. It's all right. Hopefully it boots this time. That'd be really great. Yeah, no one sleeps here. Nobody recognizes the it's a holiday either. Starting up. All right. Well, that's really quite depressing. Actually, I think if I were to like unplug this drive, it would just be like, oh yeah, no problem. I can just boot. Blue small computer system interface. Yeah, that's what I mean. Come on. I don't want to just leave you hanging. Come on. Yeah, it's like intermittently, like, man, that's like a loud damn chime. All right, I'm holding down all of the keys. Okay. Okay, I let off. There we go. Nice, nice. I let off the thing and just tapped it a second time. So hopefully we can actually get this booted. I don't know why. I just don't know why. Oh, there we go. Hey, thank goodness. Oh man. Toby Q, hey everyone. Click like on this video if you like Ron. Hey, thanks, man. Actually, and don't forget that you can there are several different places that you can follow me online. Let's see, what do I got? Oh yeah. Oh, that's the Patreon outro, which I think I now have yeah, that. You can, of course, follow me over on the Twitters and the UbTubs and the IMDb's, and I need to update all that because I think it is a tiny bit out of date. Hey, look at that! And it mounted all of my other stuff that I wanted it to mount. So that's great news. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and on my Mac HD, which I really need to rename. I need to get SCSI Probe on here. That seems like a must. Okay. So SCSI Probe is now on there, just in case we have another problem here in a minute. Okay. So now I'm going to make two folders. I call one, it's apps, which, man, I really need to clean up. And then I'm going to make another one. I'm going to call it games. And I'm going to copy all my stuff to it. Actually, if somebody out there in Macintosh land has like a really cool, like whatever you would call it, sort of like a drive setup that would have like, oh yeah, it's got like all the cool games, or it's got all the cool apps. Yeah, it'd be like super cool. All right, let's see what happens. Because I'm sure this is about like 1.7 gigs of stuff. Copying it off Blue SCSI is going to take like a couple minutes here. So we might actually let this cook in the background. And then I think I can very quickly, I can monitor this from the other direction, but I got to play around with OBS for just a second. So let me go ahead. I'm going to add a video capture device. Elgato 1. Hey, there's me. Oh, it's going to be locked up for just a second just because it's got to sync up. I don't know what the deal is with OBS. It's like if I play around with it too much, it goes a little nutty. So, hey, yeah, see, I'm back. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get my window squished down a little bit. And I think you hold Alt. Yeah. Way cool. All right, so I can be down here in the corner while we do things. But yeah, and I think I can even add like a window, another window capture to this. Because this is going to take a bit, y'all. Well, let's see. Let's take a look at chat. Sorry, I've been kind of ignoring chat. Adam says, Merry Christmas, Ron, and everyone else. Oh, look at that. Crash. Nice. May not be able to copy all that stuff at once. So let's see what we can do, which is why it was probably a good idea that we copied the uh, Blue Scuzzy, or the mounter for Scuzzy stuff first. So SAR says, I haven't had much luck using SSDs and SATA to IDE bridges on my Macs. They seem a lot happier running with CF cards. And you know what? And I know a lot of people do that. And actually, I could probably do that on this machine. And that may be where I end up. But the problem is, if you try to run anything newer or anything that does a lot of swap, so things that are doing like swap file and stuff, you will burn through that SD card in no time. Plus, these like 120 gig SSDs, pretty damn cheap comparatively. So I probably need to investigate something like that. So, but we'll see. All right, so let's give this a shot. I don't know what I was thinking clicking that reset as if that was going to actually do anything. So, all right, so there we go. All right, so let's see what else we got. Lazy Blue Goat. It is 7:30 or 7:53 a.m. here. I got up just a bit ago. I guess it depends on what part of the world you're in, right? As to exactly what you're doing. But yeah, Naboo forever. Naboo. So I know people love those darn things. It's all brand new. People are having fun. It crashed. Okay. Did that before. So, but Joe, to catch you up, I bought one of these Star Trek 40 pin IDE to SATA adapters or controller converter dealies, and it was okay. And I actually had it all lined up, and I put it inside, and I plugged the IDE cable in backwards. Somehow, I guess I wasn't paying attention as to what it said. I just was thinking about the fit and finish, and yeah, it didn't care for that. And I don't know if I have damaged that adapter, but I suppose I will find out one of these days. Because I ordered another one just to try it. And then I guess I'll see. Because I've got that LC580. And that LC580 uses IDE as well. Actually, you can even use the board out of this machine. So that was kind of the idea, is that if I have problems with that 603 board, because it's only like 75 megahertz or something terrible, that I would then be able to turn around and never. That's when we're going to do that. We are never going to go to sleep. All right, so Scuzzy Probe. Yeah, okay, great. Enter new name for this workstation. This is 6360. And it sees all those images, so let's mount them. You know you want to. She lock up? Yeah, of course she locked up. Of course she locked. Oh, no, wait. Hey, nice. Rebuilding some desktop files. I like that. All right, so I guess we will see. JV just says, hey, do you have any older PCs with IDE? And the answer is yes, I do. They're all over at Alan's house. I actually, a while back, because I had like a quote ultimate 486 build that was like in a full tower case, really nice. And then I have like an ultimate Pentium build that's like a Pentium 233 MMX, like a Voodoo card and all that type of stuff, and like a S3 Verge or some kind of higher end, I'm thinking, video card for DOS. Had one of those in there, and then I had like an ultimate P3 build that would and with the socket adapters and like a bunch of like Tulatin chips and stuff like that, and then like an ultimate P4 build, which was like basically the fastest P4 before Intel came to their senses and went back to the P3 design. And I gave it all to Alan because it looks really good at his house, more than it looks good at my house. All right, I'm doing the trick again. You got to put the hour, or you got to put the pointer at the end of the or the progress bar so you can see if it's actually moving or doing anything. So Thomas B says, a Performa had babies. No, that's just like an old joke. It's like a Mystery Science Theater joke where it was just like Jim Henson's blank babies. So it would just be something ridiculous. So that's what I did. I was just checking in case you needed one. What were you offering me? Do you have any PCs with the Oh yeah. Sorry. Yep. Can we stop this? Can we stop? I want to get off. Stop the world. I want to get off. Nope. All right. Can't do it. All right. So I don't know why we got to rebuild the stupid desktop files. Or I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. I don't want to. All right, I'm going to start up without extensions. Might be just trying to do too much here. All right. Probably also a good idea. Oh yeah, of course. Of course, it didn't like that. All right, try it again. Contact. Oh yeah, it's just a joke, so it's just whatever. It's a hard knock life for Ron. It's a hard knock life for Ron. Yeah, it's crashing. But I don't know anything about the RAM I mean, this is the RAM that just came with it, so I need to find a cache module. So everybody be on the lookout for a 256K cache module for one of these. Yeah, it's locking up. It's locking up good now. Damn. All right, so let's try a power cycle. Okay, cool. Okay. Without extensions, that's good. JP just said I got 3 Pentium 2 300 PCs. Yeah. All right, let's see if I can get ahead of this rebuild the desktop file. I'm a jig. I don't want to do that. Ugh, come on. Come on. 6360 I think has RAM and cache on the same chip. ROM and cache on the same chip. No, maybe it does. I don't know for sure. I do know that now it is locked up. Great. Okay. I do know that there on the motherboard there is an unpopulated second slot that is labeled ROM. That very possibly was going to be for something like that. But if you read online, in mine, the second, like the actual slot that is there that is labeled cache is unpopulated. There's no chip in there right now. So if you read online, they say that Apple had an official 256K cache module for it, and then they also third parties released like 512s and 128s and or I'm sorry, 512s and 1024, like 1 megabyte ones. But I mean, I can physically look in there. There's nothing in the slot, Thomas. So I actually had the whole machine apart earlier because I had to get all the spindler plastic out of it. All right, let's be ready. Let's be. Yeah, are we just gonna lock up now? Is this gonna be what we're gonna do? I think I'm having SCSI issues. I think it no likey that SCSI. 6200 has RAM and ROM on the same, and it still has 2 slots. Well, this only has 1 slot, 1 physical slot, and the other one it's. All right, let me go ahead and let me power this down. Let me get the SCSI. Okay, turn off. You can do it. Man, I'm holding down the power button. It is like, I ain't doing it. Yeah, it doesn't like it. Okay. All right. Sorry. Okay. This thing has PCI. It might be possible to add a USB card, transfer some stuff over that way, but man, that really seems like not the way to do that. Yeah, no go on SCSI. I don't think you can add multiple IDE devices to these things. I think that is just like looking to address one device. I could be wrong, but then again, I don't have what would be required to do that anyway. Add SATA, be a man. Well, I mean, it's got the one PCI slot, and I do have that SATA controller upstairs. So it might be possible. I don't know if this machine, though, is prepared to actually try to boot from that. So, all right, let's get this thing booting one time. Actually, Exodium was the one that flashed the SD card for me. I bought some chips and he flashed a ROM and soldered it on there and all that good stuff. And I have not had any time to test it. So it sits. It looks pretty on. It was looking pretty on my shelf at work, and I actually brought it home just recently. So, okay. So let's see what we got here. Clock needs to be set. Great. I hear you. Okay. So we made it successfully booted one time. That's great news. Okay. So now let's like shut it down kindly. And then let's I keep forgetting you can turn it on. This is one that has soft power, so I turned it on from the keyboard this time. So we'll give it a shot. Oh, sorry. Probably could bring my camera back since I'm looking the other direction. No, it ain't liking it. All right, let's actually power it off. Power it off. Yeah, I don't know if this machine was like known working or anything. It's one of those things where they're like, I don't have a way to test it, and so it was like, well, then it wasn't Jeremy saying that. It was who Jeremy sourced it from. It was like, I don't have a way to test it. It's like, well, that's fine, but if you can please check Apple System Profile, I'd like to verify the 1600 cache on ROM chip. Yeah, certainly. Like when I get this booted back up, if it will boot back up, I'll be happy to do that. Yeah, we're hard locking on startup now. Oh, but I do have the blue SCSI plug back in, so God, who knows? Who knows? This squirrely ass machine. Yeah, it's doing something, and then lock it up. All right, so let's actually power it off. Let's get the blue SCSI out of there. Let's boot it up regular like. I'd like to be able to mount this. It'd be great to be able to mount this drive on an emulator or something like that, and then like actually go through and see if I could copy stuff to it. Man, that'd be great. I wonder how you do that. Ron, do you still want a 2C plus? Yes. Does the Pope wear a funny hat? Yeah, I do. I do want a 2C plus. It's like the last Apple II I need. And when I say need, I'm making like serious air quotes. Don't need it, would love it, love to have it. I had one and got rid of it. I don't know why I did. IDE to USB adapter. Oh, okay, I'm working on getting another. Hey, that's cool. That's cool. But I don't know that you can really do that. Or use CipherPress on Windows to copy the drive to another image. But how do you get it back? That's the thing. How do you get it back, Joe? All right, so Apple System Profiler, here we go. Okay, there you go. 761, it's a PowerPC 603 EV at 160 megahertz. Let's see. What do you want to see? Where can I see this? So device information, perhaps. Okay. Internal ATA, SCSI disk 0. It ain't gonna find nothing on there. Okay. Internal ATA. Let's system overview. Well, okay. Okay. Well, what do you want to see here? Yeah, you can 100% use IDE on a USB adapter. Yeah, sure. I mean, that's probably not an issue. I can just plug that into my PC. But how do you actually copy anything to it? Like using an emulator or something like that. So I don't know. It's something to it doesn't say on 7.6. Yeah, probably not. I mean, again, 7.6. So I was gonna say I didn't know exactly how useful this would be when it's 7.6. So I mean, I could probably put 8 or something on it, but I just was wanting to play around with this first and just have like a really fast 7.6 machine. Is it too much to ask? Is it too much to ask? Okay, let's see. Control panels, memory. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's cool. Default is like 1.5 meg of RAM. All right, let's go 2 megs. Let's do it. Okay, let's see. Let's restart it again and see what happens. CyberPress can mount the device and talk to it directly. It knows HFS. All right, so could I use CyberPress to then mount the SATA drive and then mount a HDA file image and then copy the contents of the HDA over to the physical IDE drive, whatever, through CyberPress though, Joe? That would be the $1 million question. If you can, then I don't need to play around with a blue SCSI then. Okay, well, I got one of those. So why don't you give me 2 seconds? I'm gonna walk over and grab it. Open 2 CyberPresses, copy on one, paste on other. Huh, interesting. Okay, give me a second. I'm going to grab and actually that sounds handy for making maybe a backup of this drive too. So no, it's not. I find these crappy Performas perfect for System 7 since they are basically System 7 machines with hacked on faster CPU. Yes, that's 100% true. All these machines are basically like Quadra 630s with PowerPC chips shoehorned in. All right, let me go get that adapter. I'll be right back. It's just right over here. Oh, golly. Oh, man, my tailbone. Oh. Okay. All right, I've walked over there. I've returned with the adapter, with the IDE, or SATA Dumaflachi. Okay. Give me a second. Let me go ahead and let me get this machine shut down. And then let me get this shifted back the other direction. Yes, shut down. Thank you. Okay, so there's that. Let me put this down so I don't drop it. And let me get this device out. Okay, so let's switch cameras here. There. Okay, so I have, well, sorry, cable's really short. I have one of these SATA to IDE adaptery boxes. So I'm just going to go ahead and slap this in there. And then I'm going to turn on the box. And then I'm going to get some of this other stuff unplugged from my PC. I'm going to get this plugged in. Actually, plug it into a USB 3 port. And it's plugged in. Okay, so got it. So let's see. It does. I'm not going to diddle with it. Let's see if Winders actually knows anything about this drive. It does. It does. So 120 gig. Great. Okay. So let's get CiderPress downloaded. Because let's see. Yeah, I don't have CiderPress re-downloaded. Okay. CiderPress. Move the other window out of the way so I can actually reach out. You may have to format the SATA drive for macOS first. Yeah, no, I mean, it's bootable. That's the whole thing. It's bootable already. So that you saw it booting. You saw it working. So, all right. So CiderPress 410. Let's get that extracted. Yes, I run it anyway. Why not? All right. So we're going to do an immediate installation. Damn it. Do it. Get it done. All right. Perfect. Get my other windows back up here so I can actually see what's happening. CiderPress has a menu to mount a device directly, I believe. Oh. Hey, Joe, what state do you live in? Oh. Okay. So let's see what we got. So CiderPress. I was going to say recently installed apps. CiderPress. Okay. So we can, Joe says you can open a volume. So we are going to open this 120 gig. Oh, unable. Access denied. I guess you got to launch this as administrator. Seem to remember that being a thing. Yeah, pin that to start. It's a good plan. Run as administrator. Great. Okay. Open a volume. 120 gig drive. Nope. Unable to identify the file system. Great. All right. So no, Joe, it doesn't know what to do with a macOS formatted drive on the Winders. So unless I'm doing something incorrectly, and which is very possible. So you can tell me. I know there's a bit of a lag here, so but yeah, no, it was formatted and it was booting. You just saw it booting on the Mac back there. So open as read only. No, we're not going to read only. That was probably our issue, is that I was opening it at read only. Okay, so there's the apps folder. File is empty. Great. Okay, so let's see. Let's go ahead and we're going to open up. This is really great, Joe. I'm glad you said this because, man, what a time saver. Okay, so I'm going to open up another. I'm going to open. And it's a C drive, Mac, apps. Cool. Yep. All right, that's it. So now you're saying do it on a real Mac. I would if I owned a real Mac. I have a Mac, an M1 MacBook Air from work, but I don't use it for this type of stuff because you got to be respectful of their property. So, but there you go. Okay. So I'm guessing if I copy this in source window, paste in destination. So I'm guessing since this is the nothing copy to clipboard, great. All right. So do I have to select all files and then just paste it in? How does it work? I would think that I would pick the top thing at the top of the hierarchy, but maybe not. So if I do this and say copy, unable to allocate, great. All right. Tell me what I'm doing wrong, Joe. Did I open this one as administrator? Maybe I didn't. Run as administrator. Okay, so we're going to open. We're going to go pick the apps volume. We see a bunch of stuff. I've never seen that error before. Well, it's on the Winders, so who knows? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I got that. Copy. Can copy. Unable to allocate bytes for copy. All right. How about we just go slow? Let's try the benchmarking directory first. Okay. Let's try that. Great. It likes that. So maybe it just did too much at once, which is okay. I can just go by letter. This will probably be faster. Okay. So and then I just come over here and paste it. Like it's just going to know how to recreate all the directories and everything. Try copying a subset. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I just paste, like go up here to the top where it's like the root and then just paste it. Pick a destination folder. Well, that is the, okay, well, there's the destination folder. There's a directory called apps that I did. So I'm guessing, so I've selected that. And then what I just say, it says create a subdirectory, or I can paste. Select the apps folder, did that, right? And then just hit paste. Don't double click it, just select it and then go edit paste. Okay, paste. Unable to paste, write failed. All right, I'm going to close that again. I'm going to make sure 100% launched as administrator. I'm going to open the volume, take off read only, go to apps, and I'm going to paste. Nope, right failed. Right failed, sir. It no likey. What happens if you drag it? Nothing. Nothing happens if you drag it. Apps benchmarking. Yeah, it acted like it started to copy some stuff. Wonder if I can delete this folder. And will it kill? No, it's unable to delete on untitled disk image generic error. Yeah, Joe, you're fired. I mean, it's neat you can do this, but it sure isn't all that helpful that it doesn't actually work. So let's see. Can you I'm gonna think you can't do very much. Well, it makes me wonder. So if you launch the emulator and you go into Basilisk and we're gonna add, is it showing up as a drive here? No, it's not showing up as a drive. Man, it'd be really great. I wonder if I could just extract this. Or volume copier. Copy that volume. Oh, it's already open and can't be shared. Okay, so we're going to close this volume. Okay, it makes me wonder if I could just copy it and then just do it all in the emulator. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Tools, volume copier. So we're going to that 120 gig one. Yeah, looking good. So we're going to copy that to a file. There's not a lot there, so I don't think this is going to take very long. So let's go out to desktop and we're going to call this Joe is cool. Joe cool. All right. So we're going to save it. Preparing disk image. It's working. It's doing something. It's preparing the disk image. I've got the Windows, I got a beach ball of death here. So not clicking or touching anything because it may be trying to do something and I'm getting hard drive activity on this side too. So where I'm seeing drive activity on my Windows box. So trying to do something. Can't really tell if there's any activity on this little box down here though, but I don't know really what to look for. I mean, the lights are all solid, so I don't know if that means I wasn't paying attention before to see if that meant it was doing something. But it is copying 120 gigs of potentially 120 gigs of something. So I am not super inclined to click too much inside the app, but I can click outside. Oh, it's going to be a PO file. That seems not great. Let's see. Is it getting bigger? It's getting bigger. I wonder if you can even mount a PO file. Maybe I should have picked another. Okay, just rename it. Okay, it's actually doing something here, seemingly. But I don't dare click back inside the app for fear of just. Oh, look at that. It's a speed demon. Let's see. Is it doing something? Oh yeah. It's showing activity on that the IDE box thing. It's getting bigger. Rounds first date. Yep. It's true. Oh, yeah, golly. Just rename it HDA when it's done. Yeah, probably so. Wait, did that slide backwards? It got smaller. Yeah, it's been Christmas here for a little while too. For like 90 minutes now, just about. How's it been Christmas for 144 minutes? It's only been Christmas here for like 86 minutes, 87 minutes. Let's see what the hell is going on. So it pre-allocated the file. And now it's actually copying the stuff? I don't know. Ain't nobody got time for this. I guess. I keep forgetting about the East Coast. It's over there somewhere, I'm sure. Joe, why is this taking so long, Joe? This should be like instantaneous. Task manager. Let's see. Wahapa. Let's kill some stuff. Let's kill some background tasks. What else is? Oh yeah, why am I still running Basilisk in the background? Why is Basilisk still running in the background? Let's get rid of that. In that task. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, it's akin to DD. Yeah, I could see that. It's doing sector by sector dump, not a file copy. Yeah. It's a 4-hour stream of progress bar. Yeah, I think so too. Might have to call this, check it in the morning, just see how it's doing. Yeah. Makes me wonder though if it does this huge massive, so it's moving 120 gigs or whatever at the speed of your USB. Now, keep in mind that this is a USB 3 hard drive bay thing, and it's plugged into a USB 3 port. So I'm thinking betwixt all that, it would be like not having any issues here. Well, I was able to click in the application and move it around, so yeah. It seems to be doing something. I almost want to switch USB ports just to double check. Go to disks. Okay, I'm in there. Okay, so I'm at disk. So 33%. It's like it's moving stuff down at like 8 megs a second, basically. Which would sure make it feel like this should be done by now. Oh golly. You sure think it would be done by now. But what do I know? I'm but a humble slinger of ones and zeros. See how much is being transferred. It says go or in Task Manager and see how much is being transferred. Go to the second button down in Task Manager. Okay, I'm at the second button down. USB, it is saturating that shit. Your CPU is getting hammered. Yeah, that's called Facebook, or I'm sorry, it's called OBS, and it's called StreamYard, and it's called Chrome. I don't know, man. I built this new machine. It's really disappointing. That I thought I was gonna get like more performance, and literally I don't. Like it's just nothing. It might even be slower than my old box. My old machine was a i7 3770, something like that, and this new box is like an i5, some kind of whatever. And it's because the chip I was gonna use ended up being bad. So, so it was a socket 1151. It was like an i7. It was really nice, but yeah, no good. No bueno. Yeah. But this new one is 6 cores and 6 logical processors, and I think my old 3770 was a like 4 cores, but it was like or I'm sorry, it was like 4 cores or 4 logical processors, but like 4 cores or something like that. But I don't know. I just don't know. I think when I finally settled with this chip, which is like a 8500 or something, or 80 i5 8400. Let's see. Let's do the little shorthand math here. Compare, I guess, compare CPU. So let's take a look. See, why don't we? Okay, so it's i7 3770. Oops. Select one. Oh, I guess you gotta. That seems like a real problem with your website here, to not just make it like, oh yeah, just automatically populate that. Um, 8400. So out of the gate, slightly slower, slightly slower. So let's take a look. See, let's actually look at the comparison. So now, if you just look at these, kind of like just to look at them, um, I mean, it's not new by any means. I mean, again, look, my old machine was like 10 years old, and my new machine is just like 5 years old. you know, but the I'm looking at all this stuff, and it just like it's only slightly faster. We're not like single thread. I mean, we're just barely faster than what I had previously, which is really sad because I had like an i7, like another chip, and it was like really great. So, well, what socket is that motherboard, man? Because I just started over. I just started over with this with this machine like a month ago. I think I put it all together. Um, the i7 5820. Let's see. What are we comparing it to? Are we comparing it to i7 5820? Whoops. 5820K. That's like the only one here. So that's like the one that is not clock locked, I guess. Let's take a look. So yeah, that i7 whatever is just a tiny fraction magnitude faster. Um, Single thread rating is still better on the one that I've got. So, but the board that I've got right now is I just bought it. It's a it's a AS Rock motherboard that I normally buy ASUS stuff, but I was like, man, I don't want to spend like $200 on a motherboard that's already like a couple generations behind, because literally I bought it to use this chip that I got a great deal on, and then the chip, you can park it in BIOS for a month, and it'll just sit there and hum, and there's no problem. But the second you try to boot Windows, it's like blue screen. So that's I'm gonna just assume that it's bad. Sean, have a great night. Time to hit the sheets so you can get some rest for the niece and nephew for Christmas morning. That sounds good. Yeah, I could throw anything in this comparison. Well, unless it only lets you compare 3 things. Nope, got looking good. 7600 or 4700G. Okay, compare. Look at that rising. Just trucking. It's twice as fast. Except for, value. It's slightly faster on single core things. I guess it just depends on what you're doing. Is really what it comes down to. But yeah, if anybody's got a great deal on a socket 11 like 1151 chip that's faster than my 8400, I'd love to hear about it because I think I spent $100 on that other chip just for it to be bad. So really sad. Really sad. So let's see how that file copy's doing. Oh yeah, it's trucking right along. Yep, it is saturating the bus there pretty nicely. So we will see how that goes. But man, this is really, yeah, it's single core performance is really what matters. I get it. So you can have all of the overhead that you want, but it's if it doesn't really look at that CPU mark, it's like 20,000, which makes me wonder. It's like, how's that all? Is it just like optimized for that or what, or what's that really mean in performance? And if you got a monitor that's like 60 hertz, does it even matter? Is that from C or D? What do you mean? Like, is the performance? Yeah, I'm just transferring it from this external thing to my C drive, which is like an NVMe 4X. So I mean, it's 5 or 6 gigabytes per whatever. I still have my old machine actually has an HD DVD Blu-ray combo drive, and my new machine has no optical drives because it's doesn't really need them. It's not the world we're living in these days. Optical drives. Yeah, but no, it'd be really great to like find a let's see, what is that damn chip that I actually had? Is there, well, hold on, that's probably not the way to do it. Okay, so it's a i7 9660 or 89. Maybe this was it. i7 8700. Maybe that does that kind of sound right? Yeah, I think it does. I think that is kind of correct. So, I mean, it was like, but it was like, like a little bit faster. If I compare my old to the new, it's not too bad. Yeah. Yeah, it was i7 8700. Pretty sure. Let's check that out. Yeah, it's 1151. Yeah, I wish I wouldn't have bought that board because then. Okay, yeah, if one of them is an NVMe, it feels slow, but I don't know why. Because again, it's doing this byte copy thing. I mean, I don't know. I sure don't know. I would think this would be done by now. It's only copying 120 gigs of information, but I guess if the bus is saturated, what are you going to do? I mean, because it's like it's maxed out like the drive, but it's only like the write. It's like 2%, 1%, 2% of the actual like drive there. So I don't know. That's the best one you could likely find on that socket. Yeah, 8700. I think so too. I think that's why I picked that one up. I just couldn't. It's sitting on my desk at work. It's like a paperweight now. Really sad. And I reached out to Intel because I was just like, "Hey, is it still under warranty?" And they're like, "Nope." I'm like, "Great, thanks." Looks like the USB thing is bottlenecking it hard. I think it said 20, 30 megabytes there, which means it would take over an hour to copy 100 gigabytes. Maybe so. I got it plugged in the USB 3 port on the front of my case, which I would sure hope would be whatever, like the maximum it could do. I mean, this is probably not the world's fastest. IDE Dumaflachi there. But honestly, this drive only has, like, I can do this whenever. All right, so we're gonna cancel that. Actually, I probably got a better idea. So let's hit done. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to unmount that drive, and I have another one. I have a Samsung here that's 120 gigs. It's even older, if that's possible. Even older. Save drive. Okay, so I got that plugged in. And this one is formatted already. So we're going to open a volume. There it is, another 120 gig volume. And this has System 7.1 on it. Actually, I want to delete all this shit. I can just go. So let's see. Oh, yeah. It's got ProDOS stuff on it too. Makes me wonder what the heck I did here. And how it ended up on an IDE drive. I think this is maybe something I was playing around with on something else. So, all right. So we're going to delete 480 files. Yeah, it sounds good. Let's see. Nothing to delete. Wonderful. Okay. So we're going to, let's close that. Let's reopen it. Open the volume. Oh, it's all the files are still there. Why are the files still there? We just deleted the files. Why are the files not deleted, Joe? Tell me. Delete 480 files? Yeah, delete 480 files. We don't have to like tell it to commit changes or anything, right? Close. Open. Oh, whoops. Mounted read only? No. No. See? Delete. Yep, looks good. Close it. Open volume. Oh my god. Hey, is it possible? I wonder if you can format. That'd be great if you could just format it inside here. Oh, applesauce. Why do you mock me? So this is just a tiny amount of data. I'd really like to be able to, let's see. Can I open up another applesauce here? So now let's open the, because it'd be really great. I've got like system 6 or, whatever. I mean, I've got like a system, like, I mean, all right, it's like, all right, here's 755 on a thing. It'd be great to just be able to copy that over there. But I guess seemingly you can't really do that. Look at that. It actually did something this time. So let's get rid of all this shit. Can I paste it? It's going to be like, hey, look at these partition maps. I don't know what we're doing here. Apple patches, all that type of stuff. Yeah, make a rocket go now. Can't add these files. Hey, great. All right. So, I like how it's just like, let's see, physical disks. I mean, because it won't boot off this if I plug that. I don't know what the problem is, Ron. Yeah, I don't know what the problem is either. But you know what? It's always something. It's always something. Oh my gosh. I don't know why you couldn't just delete this stuff. Why would it just not let you delete it? It just seems like that's pretty easy. All right. So here's my question. I guess, good God, you're awake. Santa's gonna skip your house. Yep, that's fine. I think you have to tell it to stick. You have to tell it to stick them in the 7.1 partition. Try again. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So if I paste that in there, yeah. See, no, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Because I think all that's on here is just the system folder. That's all that is. That's all that is on this partition, or this little image I've got set up here. So you would sure think that maybe I could even reformat this drive in here. That'd be really great. That'd be pretty cool. But I guess maybe you can't do that. So, cider press, you have son, you are disappointed. So open volume. Let's exit. Let's go back in. Let's try this again. I do. Okay, we're going to now we've already done that. Let's see. Where's preferences? Disk images, default to read only. No. From disk image format. Allow write access to physical disk 0, not recommended. Yeah. File view, compression, default compression method. No, I don't want to compress anything. You son of a gun. All right, file for temp stuff. Let's see. Viewer file size limit. Well, I don't know about you, but I got plenty of RAM. Disk images. Okay, file system association, store spaces, handle bad Mac archives, reduce error checking. Not recommended. All right, so let's close that out again. Let's go back in with these new settings, these new and improved settings. Yeah, Etcher is on Windows as well. You can do that. Are you thinking that that would be the way to go to get an image off this thing and then get it written back? But no, that's a real thing that actually exists on the Windows because I've used it in the past. But I just wonder though if you could actually end up with something that you could then mount on a Mac emulator. Sure, try it real fast. I think what would be handy is if I just had all that stuff burned on, if I had like a Mac Blu-ray reader or something, or not Blu-ray, but DVD reader, because then clone drive. Hey, look at that. SCSI drive, 120 gig, large drive, source, show hidden. Yeah, we don't want that. Select the target. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to clone it. I want to make a backup. I want to make an image. Still going to take forever to copy it. Why don't you just connect the SATA drive directly to your internal SATA adapter? Because I want to take the whole damn machine apart. What's the point? I don't want to take the whole machine apart just for that little, and turn the computer off and come back on the stream and do all that. No. I don't think it's USB is the issue here. I mean, I can even move that drive over to a different controller. So now it's on the 2.0 controller, not on the 3.0. So anyway, I don't think that Etcher is going to work because it wants to just like clone it to another drive, not make an image. So, all right, so let's see. So I am now in here. So we're going to open a volume copier. See, there it is again. Hey, look at there. You don't have to turn the machine off to connect to SATA. It's hot swap. Not on every board, it's not. Just plug it in and run the device. No, it's not. It's not hot swap. Yeah, not all drives are hot swappable, and I certainly do not want to take the risk of like blowing up my new motherboard. All right, so let's see. Let's see again. Look at that. Look at all this pretty information in here on that drive. Neat. All right, so let's go back to our original drive. Turn that off. Swap it back. Cool. All right. More than anything, Joe, I can't really get to my machine like that just without like potentially like knocking cameras off the back of monitors and everything like that. So all right, so let's see. So we're gonna open volume copier. Hey, look at there. What do you see? Look at there. There's our thing. We're gonna copy to a file. Let's see how fast it just goes. Just for fun. Joe is still cool. And this is it plugged into the USB 2.0 controller specifically. Let's get a task manager back up here. And look at there. Going to be just as slow. Maybe so, but I'm just for fun. Just for fun. And not just that, but I don't think I've like easily got like power floating where I can just be like, all right, I'm just going to plug in the power, plug in the USB, see what happens. All right, so let's see. So now that tanked and then the USB maxed out. Yeah, maybe that's a smart idea. I just haven't done it. I worry about devices that are just like not, you know, that just are not friendly like that. Trying to think what else I actually have. There's another drive in my machine. Actually, I could unplug this other drive. All right, well, I'm gonna try it, Joe. And if it kills my machine, you owe me. You owe me a Coke, and I guess a new machine. All right, let's see. Let's see if I can move this around. Let's turn that off. And it's possible that none of this is going to work anyway. So I hope I'm not like imagining this. This is like the time that Joe was like, "Yeah, you can totally do that thing. That sounds really dangerous, but it's not. It's not dangerous because I'm Joe, and Joe knows. Bo knows. All right, let's see how many devices come flying down off the back of my desk here. How many cameras come flying? Because okay. Oh, I got thumb screws in the damn machine too. Oh, Joe, I can't believe this. I can't believe this. Well, how would you unmount it, Joe? That's my $1,000,000 question. So I have a drive that's already plugged in there. It's this second drive. I mean, how would you eject it? Because it seems kind of useless to be quote hot swap if you couldn't unmount it. Nope, sorry, you're mounted. That's it. You get one kid. That's it. All right. All right, let's see. So disk management. And there's my secondary little drive. Okay. I'm right clicking on stuff and sure don't see an option to eject anything, Joe. These are These are hard drives, not USB drives. No, there's what? Right, what? Right click on the disk number and select offline. Okay, so that's it. So there is no offline. There's offline. All right, so it's gone offline now. Right click, and there the. Okay, so let's see. All right, so I said disk number, not volume. Yeah, I'm over there. Yep, online. Okay. Hey, look there. There's all my data. All right, so I am over here on disk number, and I've clicked offline. Hey, look, the disk is offline because of a policy set by the administrator. So now I'm right clicking on it again, and first going to device manager, remove. No, no, this is like the dumbest shit. That's stupid. All right. So, all right. So I'm in device manager. Oh no, you got to remove from device manager. What? Okay, so I'm back here. All right, so I have now, I'm going to offline it. There, it's offline. Okay, so now I'm in device manager. I got disk drives up. Okay, that is the drive. So now what? You're saying uninstall the device? Okay, it's uninstalled. So if I go to disk management, hey, it's missing. So that means you can just unplug it. Oh, Joe. Oh, Joe. This sounds like crazy talk. Okay, so I now have the side off of my machine, Joe. Joe, this isn't going to be like the chip launcher, is it? Okay, so there's that. All right, so I have that 1 gigabyte drive or 1 terabyte drive. Okay, I've unplugged the power. I've unplugged the data connection. Is that 1 terabyte drive? So I'm guessing I need to plug the data in first, and then plug in the power. Okay, I've done it. Hey, look at that. It says unallocated space. What do you know? All right, kind of sliding my machine back in there. Hopefully nothing goes too wrong. Okay, so let's see. All right, so all right. All right. Sorry, I lost connection for a second. It's back. I don't know. Sometimes if I move my machine, I think I need to re-terminate that cable. All right, so I got that. That looks good. All right, so let's open CyberPress again. Run as administrator. We're gonna volume copier. There's that volume. Nope, unable to open. For safety, write access. The volume is forbidden. So let's see. It doesn't like it. Okay, so volume copier. Let's see if I do read only. ProDOS block ordering. Great. File source 80. What's that all about? Let's see. Try it again. CyberPress, run as administrator, volume copier. No, I don't like it. All right. Maybe I'll reboot real fast. All right. let's see, what windows do I have open? Okay. All right, BRB. I'm back, y'all. Yeah, it only takes a second to reboot. This machine's pretty darn fast. Okay, so let me go ahead and let's try this again. Let's cider press, run as administrator, tools, volume copier, 120. Nope, same error. Nope, don't like it. Can't do it. Sorry. This is like a complete shutdown too. Completely shut down, brought it back up, and unable to open 80 for safety. Write access to this volume is forbidden. So doesn't seem open at read only. All right, so volume read only, volume 0. Okay, but I'm still at this weird window here, and it's like Macintosh partition disk, ProDOS ordering. Yeah, I don't think so. Sector ordering. Yeah, I looked at it before, but it was in the external enclosure, and it was like, hey, no problem. Yeah, we can deal with that. Plugged into SATA, it doesn't seem to like it. There is a preference setting. All right, well, I'm going to preferences. Here I am. Disk images, default, read write. That was on before. Compression. I turned off the compression thing. So, general. Yeah, don't know. Okay, let's see if we can just open the volume. You can open read only. Nope, can't do it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Doesn't care for it. No, because wait, drive 0? Maybe. Maybe you're right. Because I think it does show up as drive 0. Allow write access to physical drive 0. Okay. Nope, don't like it. Don't like it. Still don't like it. Yeah, clone a drive. Let's see. Hey, there's that Kingston drive. That's the one I want. But I want to just send it to an image. Why can't you not just send it to an image? No, drive 0 is not the destination. It's the source. Because like drive 1 is going to be the other thing. All right, so let's do this then. All right, so let's get back in device manager. Whoops, not what I wanted to do. Manage. Disk management. Yeah, it wants to format that. The answer is no, Scott. I'm going to take it offline. Go to device manager, disk drives, Kensington, uninstall the device, yes. Okay, and redetect it. Work with me here. All right. So we are redetecting it. It says unallocated, which is not true. Run as administrator, volume copier. Nope. Can't do nothing with it. It doesn't like it. Did you put the drive online? Well, it's offline. And now it's online. And it doesn't think that there's anything on the partition there after having kind of redetected it there. So let's see. Run as administrator, open volume, drive 0. Hey, it sees it. Great. Okay. So let's try this again. So we're going to close that and we're going to go to file, volume copier, open volume. Actually, I don't know that it would need to be because we're just copying it. So open volume. Okay. So here we are again. So this is 8 gigs. That's not correct. All right. So let's go back. So volume copier, it can be read only. It doesn't matter. Unknown file system? No, it's Los Macintosh. Unable to access the disk image using strict parameters. Selected file system is not available. Okay, so file. Hold on, let's just make sure. So open volume. Well, there's the volume. So I like that. So let's see. Maybe they'll just try to do it the other way that we were doing it a second ago when it was giving us errors. So we're gonna open a volume. Whoops, no, we're gonna open an open. And we're gonna go to, come on, C Macadoodle apps open. Great. Okay. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to put files onto this, and it's really being a bugaboo. All right. So let's see. Let's just go through. Let's copy something small. It'd be really great if the like the UI on this was better. Okay, so let's see. So what about I guess we just start at the top. I don't know that it matters. Nothing copied to the clipboard. Okay, so I'm going to go through. I'm going to grab this benchmarking folder, copy that, go to apps, paste it. Look, it's working. It's doing. It's making go now. I sure don't know if it's going to populate underneath that. This might be a lot of cleanup, but I mean, it would definitely be there, right? Look, it just shows a bunch of stuff, like just files. Like that's not correct. It didn't copy any of the, yeah, it really didn't copy any of the stuff. Like it didn't copy any of the, I don't know, words. Like it just copied a bunch of stuff to the root of that apps directory. That's not really all that helpful. So what happens if I delete that? Hey, it deleted it. Nice. So let's see. How much memory does this application need to do whatever it is I want it to do? File viewer limit. So let's see. So that's what's 1024 times 32. 32,768. Yep. 32,768. Give us some more memory. Oh, 32. Yeah, that's great. Boop. There you go. Disk images allow write access to 0 sparse allocation. Okay. All right. So let's see. Maybe this will let me. There's a way to copy the tree. I think you need to copy it to the root or something. Maybe. There's the volume. It's called untitled. So let's try that again. So we're going to copy that, paste it to untitled. Sure looks like it's just going to dump a bunch of shit there at the root of the drive now, which is not great. Yeah, it just dumped a bunch of shit at the root of the drive. That's less than helpful. So let's see. How do you... I want to copy the contents of this thing. Let's reopen this. Bloop. All right. Yeah, I don't care for that it just dumped a shit ton of garbage at the root of the hard drive. That seems less than handy. Okay, actions. We're gonna. Does it create a subdirectory? Wouldn't that be handy? Untitled actions. Create a subdirectory. We're gonna call it apps. And let's see if it actually shows up. Apps. Edit paste special. Edit paste special. Keep full path names. Hey, Joe, good for you. But how do I fix up? I guess let's just have to fix it up. All right, so there's that. Let's get that, copy that. Come over here. We're gonna paste special. Keep full path names. Yeah, look at that. Nice. Well, I clicked cancel because I just wanted to go back and check that thing again. So cool. And look at that. It populated it underneath apps. So neat. Okay, so coding. And we're going to go down to, we're going to get through the C's. Maybe we can do these like a letter at a time. Wouldn't that be great? Oops. Let's go back. I was going to say, man, that needs to be bigger. It needs to be bigger now. All right. Let's see if it's going to have an error. Nope, I like that. Edit, paste special, keep full path names. Generic error, great. So you know, likey that. Try it again. Actions, paste special, keep full path names. Nope. Apps coding, disk image, generic error. Yeah, we've already dickered this this drive up here. There's no way that this is going to actually be anything anymore. So this is, we are now, yeah, I'm going to say it's dickered, as they say. So let's go to disk management. Actually, yeah, that probably makes sense. Just format this. Initialize the disk. Yep, looks good. MBR. No, there's no way because it's a 2 gigabyte image file copying to a 120 gig drive. So yeah, there's no way. All right, so we're going to offline it. We're going to go to device manager. We're going to go to the disk drives. We're going to grab it. We're going to say uninstall the device. Okay, and now I'm going to unplug the power and unplug the data. I'm going to get my other drive, plug in the data, and plug in the power. So I can get access to my D drive again. That'd be great. Hey, what do you know? It's all back. All right, so that's cool. All right, so now let's go back to the bench for a second. Oh, no, that's not the bench. Come on. That's the bench. That's the bench I know and love. All right, so let me go ahead and I'm going to plug this back in. Okay, got that. Looking good. All right, so I mean, I was able to install an operating system from the Blue SCSI earlier. It actually worked. So no, the physical drive, 120 gigs. The image file of stuff I'm copying to it, 2 gigabytes. So no. Look at that, just locking it up. Good show. Yes, yeah, that's what's been going on the whole time. Are we locked up again? Son of a diddly. You know, it may just not like this specific Blue SCSI too. I mean, that is entirely possible. I mean, it's one that I assembled, so it's possible it could have some issues. I just don't know. So let's make sure I didn't lock nothing up when I was moving cables around. Go ahead and get the side back on my machine. Cool. All right. So my machine is back together. That's always nice. Yeah, that 1 terabyte is awfully full. That's how drives work, right? Well, Joe, I certainly can't tell you anything about red and green lights. I do not see in color, so can't tell you. Probably there needs to be a better system in place. A better system than one that absolutely requires color vision. All right, so that was this Blue SCSI. Who knows? Could have some issues. So I'm going to get it out of the way. Yep, everybody forgets. That's what's fun about being disabled. All right, so there is a different Blue SCSI, and I even have like a couple of over easies here, and I think I've got. I don't think I just have another just regular Blue SCSI. Oh no, I do have a regular Blue SCSI. I can try that one too. All right, so let me go ahead and put the lid back on this. Can I put what on the stream? Deep Blue SCSI lore. Can you put it on the stream? I don't know what you want me to put on the stream. So okay, so here's my other Blue SCSI external. I'm gonna go ahead and plug that mammer jammer in there, and we'll see. But it sure seems like SCSI's just locking this machine up. But it's entirely possible. I'm going to go ahead and... Okay, so that's different. This is a different activity. But I do have a... all right, so let's try this. Let's reboot. Command Option Shift 0. Command Option Shift Delete 0, rather. So telling it specifically to boot off of a certain SCSI ID. And it doesn't care for that. So I don't know. It often seems like with the blue SCSIs, you got to like reformat the card and copy your images back, and then it's just like, oh, okay, that sounds good. That's awesome. I can boot from that. All right. So didn't care for that. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna try. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, there's a SD card in here. I wonder what's on that. I'll have to look that up. I have to see. Okay, so here's another blue SCSI. And I got an over easy on there. And this is an older design. Maybe it'll... Oh, man. But man, is it sticky. From... Okay, I got a blink on startup, so that's good. Yeah, I'm going to say it's not caring for the blue SCSI at the moment. Yeah, that all seems like a lot of trouble. Should just be some other indicator instead of a bi-color indicator, which is great for people that have normal vision, but not super handy for disabled people. Yeah, it's not liking that at all. Okay, trying this again. Okay, that's better than that's further than we were getting a second ago. But yeah, I guarantee you this is an issue that I'm going to just pull this SD card out. I'm going to plug it in a PC. I'm going to like reformat it or something, copy the images back to it. And then it'll just be like, oh yeah, I can boot now. I have no idea why that's like that. Very frustrating. All right. So here we are again. Oh yeah, there's like one damn image on here. All right, so we will copy our, like, it just, like, something gets corrupted or something. I don't know. So let me switch this back. So we're at the compy. Okay. So, yeah, it'll just act like it'll be like, no, we can never boot off of that again. Never in 100 million years. Sorry, kid. You win some, you lose some. And I am, for whatever reason, I have misplaced my USB 3.0 media card reader. I mean, I just bought it the other day. I mean, it's gone. And that would be really handy for copying all this stuff because it is faster. It's considerably faster. And I sure thought I would have put it somewhere where I could just find it, but doesn't seem to be the case. So I have no idea what happened to it. I guess I'll just go spend another $20 because fucking object permanence problems. Okay, there we go. So we got a new, and we're gonna make sure that we don't have any weird characters in the file name. We're gonna make sure that this is at, because the ID is 6, so that way absolutely we are not at. Okay, we have ejected successfully. I'm unplugging the USB. I'm unplugging the drive. Let's go back over to the bench. Okay, popping the SD card in the blue SCSI. And there was a bunch of activity while it went through and flashed and made merry and all that. So let's see. Do I have to do anything else? Sure wouldn't think so. Although the machine appears to not like whatever occurred just now. So, all right, I'm going to power cycle. Okay. See what happens. Did it lock up? No, it didn't lock up. Man, it's taking its good sweet time, though. All right, let's reboot. Okay, holding down the key combination to try to boot SCSI ID 6, because that's where the blue SCSI, the bootable image, lives, supposedly. Yeah, I know it's thinking. It's not thinking hard enough or fast enough for my liking. Okay, so back to it. It just seems like, for whatever reason, oftentimes it's like, nope, sorry, you're gonna have to go through and like reformat your SD card because we can't handle whatever has occurred. So here's Rufus. Yeah, it's like it's acting like the read write light is like just like brrr. So let's see. All right, so SD card in, plug it into the machine. There it says blue. I'm gonna go ahead non-bootable. We'll do exFAT, and we're not gonna create any kind of special labels or anything. MBR da 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 da. Start. Yes. Well, this is all great. All right, great. Okay, so we're done. Wonderful. These SD cards are just like the generic ones that you buy in the checkout aisle at Micro Center, because I just remember I spent a ton of money buying SanDisk branded ones, the fastest ones you can get, and they didn't work at all, like at all. So not sure why that was, but lots changed between then and now too. So who knows? Okay, so we got that. So let's go ahead and we're gonna get our image copied over again. I'm okay. I just frustration is just kind of part of the hobby, but I just talking out loud. I think blue SCSI stuff's great. I've got it in all my machines. So, but this machine is kind of, oh man, my tailbone's killing me. But this machine is kind of like an unknown value. So it could have lots of issues, or it could just not work at all. Probably smart money is on me using my LC5 or my LC580 to probably do all this work, get all this stuff installed, set up this set this all up and then, see if it acted any different. I could actually pull, I didn't even think about that, but I could grab that LC580 motherboard and just slap it in here real fast and just see. I mean, it could be anything on this machine. It could be power supply issues, could be anything, really. So, okay. So there we go. Yet again, I'm going to leave this at 0. It shouldn't really matter because there's no other boot devices. So we'll see. All right. So we're going to eject that. Great. All right. I've unplugged the media card reader. I've unplugged the SD card. All right. Let's run over there to the bench. And let's make sure we're not locked up. That's good. So when I plug this SD card in, it should just be like, hey, if there's something on it that I could do something with, I'm going to boot. And that does not appear to be the case. Actually, it might have locked the machine up. Yeah, it locked the machine up the second that it read the stuff off of there. Oh my God. So painful. So painful. I didn't think about it, but I'm zapping the PRAM real fast. There's no battery in this guy, but at the same time, I've had an external SCSI drive that made the machine freeze at boot. Try booting without the SSD connected. I mean, it might. I mean, you might just boot and then, who knows? All right, I'm going to turn that off. I'll pull the IDE off of there just for fun. Come on. Right. Okay. I've also got a IDE to SD card adapter in my box of wonders here somewhere. That might be the way to go. In fact, on some of this, I just don't know. Yeah. Okay. So there's no other devices connected, and that's what we're getting. Okay. So here is a IDE to SD card adapter deal. We can try that, but as you can see, it's still acting crazy, even without that attached. So I don't think we're going to get much anywhere different. All right, hold on. Turn that off. Oh, all right. Got a bunch of these adapter roonies here. Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh. What a day. Yeah, I mean, anything's possible. Again, Jeremy, if oh wait, you gotta pull that SD card out. I mean, it could be a power supply issue. I mean, it could be any number of things. It could be that motherboard's bad. I don't know. That's why I'm playing around with it. It's just for fun. Just for fun. All right. So I have a IDE to SD adapter thing. I see Action Retro use these all the time, and this is actually from one of my old DOS machines. That was like, oh yeah, this drive's probably got like DOS 622 on it or something, something funny like that. But we shall see. Okay, we'll boot it up and see what happens. Oh, try hooking up USB power to the Blue SCSI maybe. Yeah, that's possible too. That's another really good suggestion. All right, give me 1 second. I'm actually going to do that, but I got to take my headphones off to do it. I got to see. Oh, golly. My tailbone is killing me. Okay, so I got a one of these here Apple adapters. Unplug this PowerBook thing. Plug that in. Yeah, I would sure hope that these would be able to deliver enough power. But, and I mean, I had it booting earlier, so this is not a like a thing that is just like, oh yeah, it's never worked. Okay, so I'm gonna. Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay, so let's try this. Let's try it again. Oh. Okay. And Blue SCSI sure acts like he cannot boot off of that. Like it doesn't want to boot. So, but again, I've had this exact issue in the past where it's just like, oh no, sorry, you got to reformat your stuff, son. Oh God, why can I not get the damn SD card out? There we go. I think I put it in that one that had a bunch of flux on it. I don't know what it did, but I sure gave up on it. I sure gave up on cider press. I mean, once I pasted a bunch of shit into the root of that drive, it was like, it's dead anyway. Okay, so let's see what we got here. So I had it listed as 0, so I put it as 6. The log file looks good. It all looks good. All right. So let's go ahead and let's eject it. Let's go back to the bench. And let's plug that SD card back in. And let's watch that Blue SCSI boot. Wouldn't it be great? I mean, there's like a whole lot of lights. Like when you first plug that card in, it's just like flash, 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 flash. Hey, everybody flash. But then it doesn't actually boot. Okay, well, that's interesting. It's coming up quicker. So, but I put it on drive 7, so or drive 6 rather. So let's see. I'm gonna hold down some keys here. Command Option Shift Delete 6. Let's see if we can get it to boot off that partition, or off that image rather. I mean, I sure don't think it would have just nuked that image. Anything's possible. So let's go ahead and we'll pull the card, and I'll put. I mean, we can see if it's bootable in the emulator. Make sure nothing happened to it. Oh, my SD card's cracked. I don't know if I just did that or if it's been like that for a bit. Sorry. All right. So that one is dead. So what's on this other SD card? Maybe I cracked that SD card and that's why it's not working. But it sure acted like it was working on a machine. So I don't know. All right. Well, this one. No, I didn't put MBR anything on it. That's just. Are you not familiar with how Blue SCSI works? I guess this may be the question to ask. It's looking at partition images, or it's looking at images on the drive, not for. Okay, this doesn't care. I don't know what's on this anyway, so I guess I can take a look-see. So, Nick, that's not how that works. Okay, so let's kill some of those. Let's go back to this. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and let's make sure that I deleted that other thing, and that's fine. So let's go to Mac. Let's get our image there. But no, it doesn't really care. You're formatting the it's formatted FAT32. The blue pill sees that, and then it just looks at the blue pill and it looks at your image files on that partition, that FAT32 partition, and then loads that stuff. The Mac ROM shouldn't be seeing any HFS. Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, it'll be failed because I just wiped it to start over. So now the whole thing would be to get it booting from a Blue SCSI again, so that way that I can just boot the damn thing up and actually put some software on it. But no, yeah, this SD card's got a crack in it. As you can see, it just comes apart there. And that appears to not really be touching a whole lot of stuff. I see some metally bits inside, so that can't be any good. So that one's dead. All right. So let's see what we got here. All right. So let's make sure that the file name is correct. And we got my other little images on there too. Those are handy because that's stuff that I actually want to be able to copy off if it is ever stable enough to let me do that. All right, so let's go back to the bench. I'm going to go ahead and eject that Blue SCSI image. Looking good. I'm going to go ahead and pop that in there and see if it boots. Wouldn't it be great if it did? Wouldn't that be just so amazing? Wouldn't that be just so amazing? I would just be so happy. All right, let's turn this off. We'll turn it back on. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I can see the access light over here on the IDE to SD adapter. It's just like every second, it's like pink, 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 pink. Like it's trying to do something. All right. So I got that set up on drive 0, that image file. So let's see what happens. I'm holding down the key combo. That should be making it able to boot off USB or off USB off of. I mean, this thing does boot. I've seen it boot. All right. Now, keep in mind, this is a different external Blue SCSI than I was using a second ago. This I haven't seen this one boot today, so maybe I'll grab. these other ones? What do they do with it? Oh yeah, there it is. It's over there. All right, so this one is suspect. I don't know. But this one was booting earlier. I booted off it, was able to do an OS install, just in case there's a problem with the SD card socket or something like that. I mean, I don't know. You pop this stuff in and out like a bajillion times, it's gonna, you know, every time there's like a tiny bit of like torque that's put on everything, and you know, you just want to make sure you're not killing your stuff. So, all right, contact. Does the keyboard work? Yeah, the keyboard works because I was doing that earlier. So I was using the keyboard earlier. That's how I was able to do the install. So see, keyboard or mouse, she moves. Yeah, I don't know. This machine just doesn't like booting off SCSI anymore. Something occurred. I sure don't know what. Let's go ahead. Let's power that off. All right, I'm gonna swap motherboards here real fast. Oh my gosh, tailbone killing me. Oh man, this is kind of tough to get to. I didn't think about this. I didn't think this through too hard. Okay. All right. So there is a LC 580 board. Which worked the last time I played around with it. So this will definitely answer is our SCSI bus bad question. And yeah, it's possible that it is. I mean, I just don't know. So it doesn't super matter though, because again, I can use this board to set it up and then boot the other thing and just see how stable it is. But which if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do the SSD. Because, I mean, this, we've eliminated a couple of things here, so. Yeah, we get it. Clock's not set. Imagine that. Yeah, and I'm just using base RAM and everything like that too. So I'm pretty sure that I was gonna say that's bugging me. That's just that some of these folders are just out of whack. All right, so I think let's go formatting software. Let's it's oh yeah, that's nice. Oh, I had SCSI Probe on here the whole time. Internal HD formats. Yeah, no, and this might be set to the wrong mode or something too. So, all right, let's shut this down. Okay, so we have eliminated a couple of things here, and I think that's good. I think that's troubleshooting is always time well spent, right? Okay, so let's get that on there. All right, doesn't seem to be shorting out on anything. That's always good. Okay, so here we are. Here we go again. Yeah, never plug in SCSI while the system's on. There is a fuse back there you can blow. And you just solder in a new fuse, but still, it's surface mount and kind of a pain in the butt. So I would certainly not recommend doing that. So okay, so let's see what we got going on here. Oh man, leg cramp. Great. Hey, what do you know? So let's see. Yeah, there's that untitled partition, if it ever comes up. Yeah, see, it dumped a bunch of stuff in the root of the drive. Oh, painful. Okay, so we're just going to erase it again. That's fine. I don't think we're really out anything on that because we can very quickly do a reinstall of all of our stuff. So I just want to make sure we're going to go disk utilities. I want to make sure that we end up with SCSI probe on this drive before we do anything else, just in case something goes awry. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to do a Mac OS install. We're going to put 761, go, go, go. Well, that's no good. Could not launch the installer. We may not have enough RAM right now to actually do that. So let's see. Yeah, largest unused block is pretty small. Okay, so let's throw some RAM on this board and then give this another shot. So I think I have, where's my RAM? Okay, let me get the thing out here. I forgot just a mess of RAM for these machines. But I don't remember exactly what you need. So you got 2 slots, and I think you can use. I'm just going to put one in. See what happens. I know that there is some finicky kind of stuff with the LC580 with what RAM you can put in it, but I am thinking I think this is a 32 meg sim, so if that's the case, that should be pretty okay. Is there an issue with large boot volumes on old machines? Maybe split it into 7 gigabytes and a big data partition. I don't think 761 has that issue. I am certain that 755. Actually, I think it just depends on the machine that it's on too, as to exactly how much or how big of a partition it'll take. So, but 761 should be just fine with all that. So, all right, so let's see what we got here. DRAM 1, DRAM 2, single or double banked? Yeah, I sure don't remember. All right, so, but I'm pretty sure you got to populate the first slot or the inner slot first on this board. I don't know, man. It's been a bit. It's been a minute. All right, so there we go. There's that. Let's get ourselves a blue SCSI installed. Let's get ourselves a ADB cable and contact. Take headphones off because I don't really need to listen to audio at the moment. Yep, there we go. We're booting. Cooking with gas now, y'all. But yeah, they're oh, look at that. Temporary turn off extensions. Yeah, I might have the RAM in the wrong slot. Or it may just, it may not like that RAM. Try it one more time. Yeah, it doesn't like that RAM. Oh, man. Or it's in the wrong slot. We're gonna try the other slot first, and then see what happens. Because yeah, I think on this there's something weird. Like one has to be single-sided, but the other one can be double-sided. I don't know. It's kind of, there's some weird juju with some of those machines. Okay, here we go. And if it don't like that, man, I've got a stack of RAM. And we will just keep trying stuff till it works. But I think you can use EDO RAM on these machines. It shouldn't really care. We're about to find out. Yeah, I think you got to use the dual or the double-sided on the outside slot or something. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of a crazy problem. Yep. Okay. All right. How much RAM do we got now? Okay, so that's an 8 meg stick. That sucks, but oh well. This will probably get us further than we were. Cool. Yeah, it is so weird, but again, like it was mentioned earlier, these PowerPC esque kind of machine. I mean, it's a Quadra 630 motherboard that's just got a bunch of PowerPC stuff shoehorned in on those other models. So this is basically like it's not even really a Quadra 630. It's the LC 580, which came out later, which actually has 2 RAM slots instead of just one. So it's supposed to support, I think. Oh, let's look. Apple specs LC 580. Let's see. It says that. Oh, damn. That's not what I meant to do. 52 megabytes of RAM. So, and the special notes, if you read the Apple service notes on this, says second SIM slot can accept only one, 4, or 16 megabyte SIMs. So that's where you get the 52 megabytes, because it's a 32 meg and then a 16 meg to get you to 48, and then you got 4 on the motherboard to get you to 52. So yeah, it's very flawed. These machines are very flawed. Do not get me wrong. But this is kind of good, because this was I bought this LC 580 kind of I think I got it at Kansas Fest or something. Actually, I had several of these, and I think I gave one away to Eric John Miller that needed like a little bit of love. That one did. But no, it's Lazy Blue Goat. We have made just the tiniest bit of progress. I think we figured out that other motherboard's just no good, so that happens. But yeah, it's just it's no good. But I guess I'll also try out that IDE adapter that I have here just to make sure that that's not part of the issue as well. But yeah, this is going to take a bit. A 7.6 install, and then it's probably going to take a bit to do 7.6.1 update, and then to copy these files. So I will probably just have this just continue to run. Or actually, I'll probably end the stream, but in a little while. But then I will just let it continue to copy. So yeah, that is what counts. So, do you have multiple LC? Oh, Thomas B says, "Hey, do you have multiple LC 580 motherboards? I'd love to be able to swap my 6200 for 68K in a pinch." Actually, again, I got rid of it. I gave it. I had a couple of them for a while, and my last extra I gave to Eric John Miller. At so unfortunately I don't have an extra, but I will stay I will stay on it to try to maybe find one if you need one, Thomas. But I haven't seen any recently. I've seen more. I think I paid like $100 or something for the last one of those I bought, just because the plastics were very, very brittle. Like it was really highly discolored and highly discolored, and it was so brittle. So Lazy Blue Goat says taking hours was kind of the default for 7.6 from what I remember. Yeah, I mean, this was a CD install back in the day. I mean, I do not remember ever seeing 7.6.1 on floppies. So, I mean, it's if you look at it's just like it mounts a single disk image. So I'm fairly certain that this was a CD back in the day. It's been a bit. Oh yeah, I found my spindler plastics. When I when I opened this thing up, it was just like it's nothing but like just shakens. So really sad. That's how it goes though. It'd be really great if I could get it all copied with this finishing the installation. Nice. It'd be really great if I could get it all copied with this LC580 board and then just transplant it over. If it was stable enough to run, and again, that it's possible that that other board has RAM issues or something like that, or I mean, it could just be not in great electrical shape. I don't know. All right, 7.6.1 update. And this gets you basically to the end of the road for System 7. I just like System 7. I think it's okay. I know that there's a lot of people that are like System 8 diehards or System 9 diehards. I think they look weird. I think System 8 is okay, but System 9 really looks strange to me. I remember the Copeland stuff that you could kind of do back in the day, and it looked like that, but not my thing. So Lazy Blue Goat says, "Hey, I remember installing this on my 6115 CD." Yeah, I would say that too. I'm thinking from back in that time. I don't remember what the 6115 CDs, because those are Performa models. I don't remember what OS those would have shipped with. Probably 753, something like that. Exodium says System 9 is just 8 with OS X junk, kind of. Yeah, that's maybe true. I know that since you can have I know there's like the OS 9 lives community that kind of like loves that and everything, but it just doesn't really speak to me. OS 10 doesn't really speak to me either. I don't really have any kind of nostalgic feelings for that operating system, and that's okay. It doesn't it doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to mean anything to me. But I do kind of worry because I think about like, well, what can you really do with this? You know, it's what can you actually do with OS 10, like those early versions? Because mostly I just see people doing. Oh yeah, here comes the monster file copy. Let's see if this crashes. Um, I just think about like I see Action Retro build a machine or whatever, and he gets OS 10 on it, and it's like, oh yeah, it's running this, it's doing that, and then I'm just kind of like, but what do you do with it after that? What do you do with that after you're done? Actually, this might be smarter to do this. Inside the operating system for the when booted off of the SSD. And the reason why I say that is because we can probably increase the disk cache over the default cache that install or that the legacy recovery CD affords you. So if you jack that up to like 2 megabytes of cache or something like that, that would probably make for a much faster file copy. Well, it didn't like it. We're booting off the Blue SCSI again. Oh yeah, a plus with System 7. That's kind of rough. I mean 601. Yeah, you probably make it if you had 4 megs of RAM. But even then, I think by the time you're done, you only end up with like 2 megabytes to actually run an application or something. That's kind of not great. Okay, so we've got it picked, but it's defaulting to boot from SCSI. Let's try it again. Yeah. Are we doing it this time? Maybe so. Oh no, it's booting off. It's booting off the damn Blue SCSI. Come on. Come on. Right, but here's the thing. I have all the applications and all the stuff I want to run on that. Maybe I'll just open up the control panel. Yes, thank you. Okay, so I think what we'll do is see if we can just open up the control panel for the disk cache, and we're going to add, or we're going to yeah, see, I want this to be like 2 megabytes. So now when we copy our stuff, hopefully it copies much faster. That's what I'm getting on about here. Because I would like this file copy to complete in the same lifetime in which it starts. That's why it would have been great to be able to do this over SATA or something like that. Okay. Yes, please replace. Go, go, go. Do it, do it. You can do it. Oh, all right. So we've made it. We're finally copying files. Oh, Lord. All right. So this is going to take a bit. I mean, just for fun, though. Just so you guys can see it, that it actually does work. We're going to go ahead. We're going to boot off the SSD. I mean, it should work. Oh my God, it worked earlier. Oh my God. Oh man, so painful. So painful. Yeah. I mean, it worked earlier. I mean, it absolutely did. So, yeah. Okay, let's try this again. That's a good suggestion, Thomas, because I would have ended up with like, yeah, all your files are there, but you can't exactly boot off the volume. So, yeah. See, it acts like it's going to boot off of it and then dies. Now, granted, it is possible that this machine is not capable, like this board is not capable of booting that. So we can try the other board just to see. Because again, it is entirely possible that, yeah, that you're right, that you can only have a boot partition that's so big based on certain technology. So we'll pull that board and we'll put in our 64 or our 6360 board, and we'll see if it actually boots the SSD. All right, see what happens. And I think it was slow the first boot earlier when I got the OS installed and everything on the SSD. So I don't know. I think it sat here for a second, and then on subsequent boots, it was like, it's much faster. Well, I mean, you think it's booting. Garth Beagle was nice enough. He sent me a 5200 motherboard the other day, too, that I can also test with. Yeah, well, this is a 120 gig drive, so this should be not an issue. Unless it's locked up now and acting crazy, because this board is like slowly slid downhill all night. So, so frustrating. I mean, I'm fairly certain it's locked up at that point because we're not getting any further. All right, I'm gonna hard power this. Yeah, but I swear earlier, I mean, I absolutely had this baby booting off of Blue Scuzzy. That's how I did the initial OS install, and I don't know. It could just be something weird about how the drive's formatted now or something like that. I just don't know. I just don't know. I mean, I would settle for a working Quadra or LC 580 at this point, but I don't necessarily need PowerPC stuff for what I want to do. But I may be nice. So, all right, it's really late. It's 3:15. So, um, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Hey, I want to thank everybody for stopping by, and I want to make sure that everybody knows that I'm really wishing you a the merriest of Christmas if your family does celebrate, and if you probably ought to switch cameras back. Um, wishing you just the merriest of Christmases, and if you if you have special plans today and you're going to be traveling, please be safe traveling. And I guess we will all talk again shortly. Um, Microsoft Defender, great. So sorry, I'm kind of fading. So everybody have a wonderful evening and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And I'm sure I'll see you in the next couple of days. I'm going to be off for a bit, so it'll be kind of nice to see everybody. So, everybody, again, good night. Have a wonderful evening and a happy tomorrow.